ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनामिने गौरतुसे नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा. So we welcome everyone for today's discussion on Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So yesterday we discussed from verse number 41, chapter 1. Sankaro narakayaiva kulagnaanam kulasya cha patanti pitaro hi yesham luptapindodaka kriya. So in this verse, increase of unwanted population certainly causes hellish life both for the family and for those who destroy the family tradition. The ancestors of such corrupt families fall down because the performances for offering them food and water are entirely stopped. So I think we just discussed about this verse. Purport is yet to cover. So we'll read the purport and discuss about this. So we are discussing this, the fourth reason. Arjuna is explaining the fourth reason in many verses why he doesn't want to fight. And the fourth reason is he's thinking if we fight, that will not only affect myself, but that will affect this. This war will affect all the citizens of the world, and all of them they will become engaged in irreligious activities, perform sinful activity, and then they will suffer the hellish condition of life, and we will become responsible. He will conclude it in the next verse. So, in this particular verse, Arjuna is explaining when the elderly personalities are killed in this battlefield, then because of this, the Kulistriya, the womanhood of the family, they will become independent, and because of their independence, be they will become polluted, and in this way, Varna Shankar, they will produce unwanted children. The children who take birth without any kind of ceremony, Garudan Sanskar and Vivaha Sanskar, etc. So they are known as unwanted population, and all these children, they are no better than demons. When demons they take birth, it is very difficult for the saintly person to remain alive on the surface of globe, because demons they are not just hateful towards following themselves the religious activities, but they have envy towards those who follow the religious principles. So in this way, they Sankaro Narakayaiva, they make the hellish life. In their own life they make hellish, and others' life also they make hellish life. Sankaro Narakayaiva Kulagna Nam. Kulagna Nam for those who are killers of the family. So their life will also become hellish. They will have to suffer in hell, and the persons who are involved in creating such kind of unwanted population. And my dear Krishna, we are also responsible because we are conducting this battle, and because of us, the elderly personalities will be killed. So indirectly, we will become responsible in the this pollution of womanhood, and then taking birth of unwanted population, unwanted children will take birth, and we will also be indirectly responsible for this. And in this way, Narkaiva, hellish condition will be generated. And Patanti Pitrohiesham, and the forefathers of these kind of unwanted population, forefathers of such unwanted populations, they will fall down. They will not get liberated because these unwanted children, they will have no interest in Pindodaka Kriya, offering of food and water to the forefathers. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada is writing, according to the rules and regulations of fruitive activities, there is the need to offer periodical food and water to the forefathers of the family. Every year there is Pitra Paksha. Pitra is a month in which that comes in the month, and forefathers are offered Pindodaka. Pinda means food, Udaka means water. So forefathers are offered this food offered to Lord Vishnu, Mahavishnu, Lord Vishnu's Mahaprasadam and waters. And in this way, they get to eat something and they get liberated from hellish condition. So this offering is performed by worship of Vishnu because eating the remnants of food offered to Vishnu can deliver one from all kinds of sinful reactions. So this offering is performed by worship of Vishnu. So that's why by the grace of Lord Vishnu's Mahaprasad, the forefathers are delivered from sinful reactions. Sometimes the forefathers may be suffering from various types of sinful reactions. And sometimes some of them cannot even acquire a gross material body and are forced to remain in subtle bodies as ghosts. This is the problem. Because of sometimes, because of some sinful activity, they are supposed to suffer in hellish condition of life. And sometimes if somebody's forefather, they have performed very grievous sinful activity, uh, like eating meat, drinking alcohol, illicit sex, gambling, killing a cow, killing a brahmana, or committing suicide. These are some of the most abominable sinful activities. If somebody has performed this and died, that he is certainly forced to remain in subtle bodies, and certainly he is forced to go to hellish condition, uh, and suffer a lot there. So these kind of forefathers, the only hope is if they are descendant, they offer Pindodaka, uh, food offered to Lord Vishnu, Mahaprasadam, then they may get delivered from their condition. Thus, when the remnants of prasadam food are offered to forefathers by descendants, the forefathers are released from ghostly or other kinds of miserable life. Such help rendered to forefathers is a family tradition, and those who are not in devotional life are required to perform such rituals. Uh, So this is a family tradition. Uh, Kula Dharma Sanatana, in the previous verse it came. Uh, Kula Dharma Sanatana will get destroyed. Dharme naste kulam Krishna. Kula Dharma Sanatana dharme naste. Kulakshaye pranashyanti kula dharma Sanatana. So this is Kula Dharma, performance of Pindodaka Kriya. So this is all stopped by the unwanted population produced from the polluted womanhood who became independent because of the absence of elderly male personalities in the family. So this is the result. Arjuna is predicting this would happen, Krishna, if we fight. And this is exactly happening in modern day society. What Arjuna was predicting and lamenting, which did not happen at that time, but Arjuna was lamenting, he was shivering, he was crying out of this, simply imagining all this will happen. And nowadays it is happening. Just imagine. Such a great risk is there to live in this modern society. But this Pindodaka Kriya is necessary for any person. If somebody has not taken the devotional life, they are required to perform such rituals. One who is engaged in the devotional life is not required to perform such actions. Simply by performing devotional service, one can deliver hundreds and thousands of forefathers from all kinds of misery. But if somebody has taken firm shelter of Krishna's lotus feet, he doesn't require to perform all these rituals. But these rituals are required for those persons who are not situated in devotional service to the Lord. They must perform, otherwise, their forefathers are destined to suffer a lot. But those who have taken shelter of Krishna's lotus feet, that itself is a perfect kind of atonement, perfect kind of pious activity to deliver not only few forefathers but hundreds and thousands of forefathers. It is stated in the Bhagavatam, Devarshi bhutapta nrinam pitrinam na kinkaro nayam ऋणीश rajan sarvatmana yah saranam saranyam gato mukundam pariritya karatam. Anyone who has taken shelter of the lotus feet of Mukunda, Mukunda, the giver of liberation. So the Krishna, he is Mukunda, the giver of liberation. So if somebody has taken firm shelter of his lotus feet, so he easily gives liberation to the person who has taken shelter of his lotus feet and to his forefathers, hundreds and thousands of forefathers who are stuck somewhere in the hellish condition of life. So they get liberated from hellish condition of life, and then they are promoted to the earthly planet again to get a human birth and to perform devotional service again. Again, they are given chance. But the person who has who is engaged in service of Mukunda, he not only he gets delivered from sinful reaction and hell. There is no question of going to hell for the person who has taken shelter of Krishna's lotus feet, but he gets delivered from material existence itself. But the forefathers, they also get the benefit. They become liberated from hellish condition of life, and then they are given chance to take birth again as proper human being, and they get the chance to get associated with devotees. And in the association of devotees, if they take advantage, then they may also become pure devotees, and finally they may also go back home, back to Godhead. So this is the process. This is a very nice opportunity. So anyone who has taken shelter of lotus feet of Mukunda, the giver of liberation, giving up all kinds of obligation, and has taken to the path in all seriousness, owes neither duties nor obligations to the demigods, sages, general living entities, family members, humankind, or forefathers. He is freed from all kinds of obligations towards demigods, sages, general living entities, and family members. Uh, Means parents, husband, wife, brother, children, sons, daughters, grandsons, granddaughters, humankind, or forefathers. Everyone, from everyone else, he becomes free. He is no more duty bound to any other living entity. This is confirmed in Bhagavatam, 11th canto, 5th chapter, verse number 41. But the only condition is that one should take a firm shelter of Krishna's lotus feet. Uh, he should not run here and after. He should not be entangled in Maya, activities of Maya. And he should only take shelter of Mukunda, no other demigod. Ananya Bhav. Ananya Ashintayantu Mam. This is the only condition. So if somebody who is fortunate enough, who can understand this philosophy very much, very nicely, that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If I simply serve Krishna, simply take shelter of Krishna's lotus feet, then nothing else is required. Everything else will be taken care. I am not obliged, then the person is not obliged to anyone else, not to demigods, other sages, general living entities, family members, humankind, or forefathers. Otherwise, we have so much debt, rina. Uh, debt means rina. Uh, uh, we are debtor to so many personalities. Deva means demigods. There are so many thousands and thousands of demigods from whom we are getting benefit. Huh? We are getting air, light, water, so many resources from earth, and electricity, and heat, and so many. Entire in our or in our body, each and every limb of our body is controlled by some demigod. The digestion system, some demigod is controlling. We are able to see eyesight, some demigod is controlling. Our mind, some demigod is controlling. Intelligence, some demigod is involved, he is controlling. Hands, legs, all the senses, working senses, knowledge inquiring senses, this is all explained in Bhagavatam. We have no control. We only think that we are controller. That's why Lord Krishna has very mercifully revealed this knowledge to us. Prakrite kriyamanani gunay karmani sarvashaha ahankar vimulatma. My dear Atmas, my dear living entities, if you think you are karta, you are doing, you are vimulatma, you are full number one. Who is doing? Prakriti kriyamanani. Material nature is doing through the agency of demigods. This material nature, we are entangled in this material existence. So through the agency of demigods, material nature is doing everything. So we are taking so much benefit from so many demigods in just to fulfill our material, nasty material desires. We are taking help from so many living entities. Demigods, Rishi, we are taking help from rishis. Rishis, they have given so many Vedic literatures, even from Karmakandi literatures are also given by rishis. So people they take advantage of Karmakandi, Vrata, Yagya, and so many austerities they perform just to become happy in this material life. So this is all given by rishis. And then Bhutatma, Bhutapta, Nrinam Pitrinam, general Nrinam, human beings, Pitrinam, forefathers, we got uh, properties and so many things. And then family members, mother, father, friends, relatives, general living entities, government, humankind. So from so many people, we are getting benefited. So we are supposed to uh, give something to them in return, give some service to them. If we don't do that, then we are sinful. So who can do nowadays? Is it possible for any person who can repay all the debt to all these entities, demigods, sages, living entities, family members? Nobody can do. That's why the only solution is one should take, if somebody takes from shelter of Krishna's, complete shelter of Krishna's lotus feet, then he is already freed from all kinds of obligations. Such obligations are automatically fulfilled by performance of devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If somebody performs devotional service to Krishna, then all the obligations are all automatically taken care. He is no longer indebted to anybody else. He becomes freed from duties towards everyone. Okay. So with this, we shall stop. Thank you very much. If anybody has any question, they can ask. Hare Krishna. So question is, some people ask, what is wrong in keeping faith in any other God? And what is the proof that Krishna is the Supreme Godhead? So I will answer second question first. Krishna is Supreme Godhead, that the proof is Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Brahm Samhita, Upanishad, Puranas, great sages like Narad Muni, Ved Vyas, Brahma, Chatush Kumar, Ramanujachar, Nimbarkar Swami, so many acharyas, they are proof. What proof else is required? So many proof. All the Vedic literatures, all the great sages, all the great personalities, the Supreme Lord Himself, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, everyone gives their proof that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. Ishvaraha Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha. Lord Brahma says in Brahma Samhita. There's so many proof. Krishna himself says in Bhagavad Gita, Aham Sarvasya Prabhu Matta Sarvam Pravartate. So proof are there. What proof is required? But, but the thing is that if you show sun to owl, huh? If you bring an owl in front of sun and try to show him that here is sun, just look, look, look. Now what owl will do? He will just close his eyes and will tell, no, no, there is, what is the proof that sun is there? So then nothing can be done. If somebody is closing his eyes to see the proof, then nobody can prove him. That's all. And the second question, which you've asked first, what is wrong in keeping faith in other God? So the wrong is the means this idea is wrong. This is not a fact. This is not a fact. The fact is Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. Demigods are not the supreme Lord. So there is no question of keeping faith in other God because they cannot. They don't have power to liberate anybody. They can simply give some material benefit. That's all. They have this power. So if somebody wants only material benefit and he has no interest to free himself completely from material miserable situation, then he can keep faith in God, different demigods. So, but demigods they themselves declare this thing. We are not saying. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying that no demigod can help one to liberate from this material existence. And demigods also, all the devatas, they are humble servant of Krishna. So they never declare that we are equal to Lord Vishnu. They never declare that we can free you from all kinds of material miserable situation. They never declare like this. Rather, they say that we can just supply you some material benefit. If you want some material benefit, you can ask. If you want to become free from all the miseries, then go to Lord Narayana. That's very much clear. There are so many pastimes in the Bhagavatam also. Muchukund Maharaj, he helped the demigods to fight with the demons. And when the demigods they became victorious, then they were ready to offer some benediction to Muchukund Maharaj. So they asked Muchukund Maharaj, what do you want from us? We are ready to give you some Asirvad, benediction, Vardhan. You want whatever you want. So Muchukund Maharaj said, what can you give? What can you give to me? Can you liberate me? So demigod, they, no, 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 no. They said, except for liberation, you ask anything which is available in this material world. You can ask. So Muchkund Maharaj, being intelligent, he said, what is the use of getting anything of this material world? That is all useless. You just tell me, he asked the benediction to demigods. He said, you just tell me how much time is remaining, how much more time is there uh, to live in this material world, in this body. So they said you have only one muhurta. One muhurta means around 48 minutes. So then immediately Muchukund Maharaj said, oh, yeah, you just bring me to Saket Dham. They brought him Saket Dham and he immediately meditated on Lord Ramchandra and went back home, back to Godhead. Muchukund, no, sorry, this Khadwang Maharaj. Muchukund Maharaj is another katha similar to this, but Khatawang Maharaj got benediction. And Mushkil Maharaj also, he understood demigods cannot give me anything. I want liberation from material existence. Only Krishna can award. So Mushkil Maharaj simply said, till the time Lord Krishna appears on the earthly planet, let me sleep in the cave. Nobody should disturb me. That benediction you just gave me. So Indra said, okay, tathastu, you go. So in this way, demigods can only provide material benefit. So that is the wrong. This is the wrong. If we only keep faith in demigods and worship them, so they can only give us a material benefit, and which is not going to help us completely become free from material existence, material suffering. If we want to become free from complete suffering of this material existence, we must take shelter of Krishna's lotus feet. And even demigods, all the demigods, they also take shelter of Krishna's lotus feet because they are all servant of Krishna. They are not independent God. The question which you have written, what is wrong in keeping faith in any other God? There is no other God. The God is only one. Krishna, Narayana, Lord Narayana, or Lord Krishna is the only God, and all others are demigods, not God. Demigods means they are devatas. They are dependent upon Krishna. They are servant of Krishna. If somebody thinks them as other God, then that is also an offense. That is also misconception, misunderstanding. So this is an offense to think that Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, Lord Indra, Chandra, Varuna, Brahma, Goddess Durga, they are independent God, and Krishna is also God. So I choose to worship Goddess Durga. I choose to worship Lord Shiva as God. No, you cannot choose. The choice is given in the scriptures. Whatever scriptures prescribe us, whatever is fact, we have to follow. If out of some emotions, somebody may think, oh, a small child can may think my father is prime minister. So let him think. Uh, But simply by his thinking, will his father become the prime minister? No, his father has no power. The father has some limited power. Only that much he can give to his child. But prime minister has different power. Similarly, we should rise above the emotional, the feelings. We should rise above the feelings and come to the platform of transcendental knowledge through scriptures. Then we will get benefited. Okay. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Any other question?